Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Matt, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys we are going to be doing our Enterprise D build. So we are going to do stage 4 of pack 2 of Build the Enterprise D, and today we are going to be starting the windows. Yes, the dreaded windows. Now what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how I'm going to put them in. We'll do a full tutorial of putting the windows in, and then what we'll do in the future is I will basically put them in and then we'll cut and then we'll come back to it, because it can be quite a long time putting the windows in and making sure they're put in properly. Now hopefully we won't have any problems with them at all. I have all organised them and taken off the sprues and put them into little tubs so it's easier to sort through them. So fingers crossed this goes okay today. The worrying part is it's actually them putting the LEDs in. That seems to be the hardest part. Once you've got the windows in, making sure they stay in and then putting the LEDs in after. But hopefully, fingers crossed, things will go a lot easier and it won't be as bad. This is what I remember from doing this build previously, but we'll just have to see how it goes. Anyway, enough said, let's get on with today's build. So with all that said, let's get modelling.
Program complete. Enter when ready.
Okay, so let's start on the first deck panel today. We are going to need this one right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this across. Now, this was recommended by World of Wayne. This is what you call a helping hand. So I'm just going to move that magnifying part away because we don't need it. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip this to this. So just bringing it around. Just like that. And this should make it easier to put the windows and the hatches in. Now first I'm going to put in the hatches. Now we need to make sure that the red dot at the bottom is facing downwards. So it's going to go in like that. And then we just repeat that across. So just bring that closer to the camera. So that's 2 in. Now, unlike the previous issue, these are all the same, so there's no problems with them whatsoever. Okay, so they're all in place. Now, I have seen you can glue these in place. I'm going to try and do these without glue, but I need to make sure they're down. And then what we're going to be doing is we're now going to be doing the glazing. So if I just move that pot out the way, I've got 2 other pots here. So in there I've got some of the black windows, and in here I've got some of the clear windows. And it's just a case of putting them in onto here, but this can be quite time consuming. So I think I'm going to start with the black windows first. And they just slot in just like that. And basically it's a case of following the diagram that's in the instructions, where you need the black windows and the clear windows. So what I'll do is I'll do the black windows first and then just fill in with the clear windows. So we need one there. And this next one. Now the hardest part on this, I would say, is knocking it. You don't want to knock it because all them windows you put in will just completely and utterly come out. And the last thing you want is that happening. Okay, so now on the bottom row, quite a lot of black windows on this bottom row. Now, I don't know yet if they're giving us spares of these. I hopefully would have thought so. But we'll just have to see. So one in there. Quite therapeutic tell you the truth, I like things like this, but as you can see, it's extremely time consuming, so that's why I will put them in the future. Okay, so we've got 2 clear windows that are going to go in there, and then the rest on that bottom row, but well, for me it's the bottom row, are going to be black windows. So one there. Sometimes it can be a little bit fiddly to pick up, but once you get them, they do just slot nicely into place. I also will say, ones actually come out there, so you can see how easy it is for these to come out. I did take these off the sprue with my sprue cutter, and that is available in my Amazon store. The links for that are down in the description. So we're going to start with the clear windows. So the clear windows will have the light shining through them, so it looks like somebody is occupying them, which is great. Get some more out here. And that sometimes can take its time, just making sure that you get all the windows off the sprue. I can understand why some people glue these. I'm going to try and not do that. I'm just going to try and do the way it asks, but we've got a lot of these to do for the saucer section. So you just knocked one there. This is why you have to be extremely careful in what you do. Okay, so that's another one in there. Might as well do these bottom ones while I'm here. Now these aren't the only deck panel windows we've got to put in today. We have another deck panel to do after this one, but this is why I'm doing it in this video. I'll show you the process on both panels, or 3 panels actually, and yeah, then I can do these nicely off camera. Just gives you a chance to take your time to do it. Okay, so we're nearly there with these. That one there I'm not too happy with. It's gone in now. Okay, so 3 more to go. 1, 2, and then this is the 3rd one in place. Okay, so now that's done, I'm just going to put the lid back on them, because if I accidentally knock them, they're going to go flying everywhere. Right, so the next thing we need is this panel, I believe. Is it this one? Nope, it's not that one. It is this one here. Now this is the hardest part in this, because we've got to put the LEDs into here and then put that onto there without the LEDs falling out. So what I'm going to do is we'll get the LEDs. So we want one with the yellow and black and one with the red and blue, which happens to be this one here. So that LED needs to go in there, and if we just pull that cable, that LED needs to go into there. So they are both in. Right, so this is the hard part. We need to take this off now. Okay, and we need to marry these two up. So this is what I remember from doing this previously, it's not that easy. But hopefully my skills have been a bit better since I did this. So that LED's just come out. So I'm just going to lift that. I'm just going to hook it back onto there, just on the one. Just there, and while I put this LED back in. This is the massive problem with this build, is keeping these LEDs in place while doing this. Because the problem is, you want to put the plates directly on top of there, but the problem is all the windows are going to fall out. So you want to directly put that on top of there, but then you're having to align it up, and hopefully the LEDs don't fall out. So it is a bit of a nightmare to do, but I am sure we can do this. So lining this up again, the LEDs have come out, so this again is just a fighting thing with it. So this is why I said I'd do this first time, and then the rest of them will be done a little bit off camera. Okay, so yeah, LEDs just come out again. And the problem is, if you lay that flat, is all the bits want to come out, as you can see. So try and get these to stay in. It is not easy, but it will happen. Okay, so as you see, that's another one that's just, you just want to pop out. It's just nothing you can do about it, really, other than glue them in place. But we found out on the original run of this is we glued them in place, and then they asked us actually to remove one of the LEDs, and that just caused a whole heap of problems. So that's why I'm trying not to do that. Okay, so I'm kind of fighting a losing battle here. Well, I'm going to try. Okay. So they're sort of in. Lift this up. Nice and gently, just take this piece. Hopefully it'll marry up. Now one side has gone in perfectly, but the other side is not. No, I think it has now, but then that's lifted the other side. So maybe have to just take this off camera while I get this in, but you can see the problems you're having. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop camera, and once I've got that in, I'll come back and we'll screw it in. So back in a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, I'm back. So I've got this together now. Now I'll tell you what the problem was, why this wasn't lining up properly. The hole on this reflective strip here was too small for the peg just on there. So when I took it off, I just double checked it all, and I just run a file through that just to open it up, and it's actually gone together really smoothly. So what we'll do is now we'll screw this down, and this is with 3 BP screws. Okay, so that's one. Now I'm going to hold this together until all 3 screws are in. But they're going in with no problems so far. And this is the last one. And just make sure they're nice and don't over tighten them, but just make sure the finger tight, and that will hold them LEDs in position. And that's what our first deck panel light is looking like. Okay, so moving on to the next step, we've got another one of these to do. So here is our next one. Now, sometimes with this helping hand, it can just be finding a place and it can be grabbing onto. So we need some more escape pods. Making sure that they are facing, the red bit is facing down. Got one in there. And we've got one in there. Brilliant. Okay. And then it's basically a case of the glazing again, guys. This one does look a little bit more spaced out, to be honest with you. But yeah, we'll just see. So let's get some. I'm just going to tip some on my desk. Let's get some black ones in. One there. Oh. Wouldn't have been good if that was actually the one it fell into was actually going to be a blacked out window. I would have kept that in, but guess what? No, I'm not that lucky. Okay, so these are starting to come a little bit tedious. But it is what it is. It's just a case again, just following the diagram of what needs to be as a black window and what needs to be as a clear window. I just find maybe doing the black ones first and then putting the clear ones in. Okay. The good thing is at the end of this issue we get to test the LEDs in this one, so very, very interesting when we get to do that. I'm looking forward to that. So that was 1, 2, 3. I need another one. Another black one next to it. Okay. And then we miss one. Another black one in. And then another black one. Okay. On that line of windows, not many are lit. Okay, so that's that line done. We've just got the bottom line, and then we can put in the clear windows where everything's missing. Now we're doing this, some of the issues might be short, but this is, yeah, it is tedious. Okay, we just need one on the end there. That one doesn't want to keep jumping into the wrong holes. There we go. Right, so that's the black windows in there, and now we just need to put the clear windows in. It's got some of them out the tub. It's easier to pick off the desk mat than they are out the tub. Yeah, this is quite therapeutic. Nice and relaxing to do. Now, I know people are saying about light bleed and everything else on this. We'll see. I'm hasting judgment on it. If they're just going to fall into other ones where you need a clear lens, and just do that then. Oh, blast it. Right, so I'm going to have to do the black ones again. Right, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to cut right here, and then we'll come back once I've got all these in, because like I said, it's not the easiest, and it is quite tedious. So be back in a sec.
Eventually.
Right, so first of all, we need a blue and red one. That's going to be going into here. Just like that. Okay, and then on this side we need a black and yellow one going into there like that, and then on this one we need a red and blue one going into there, just like that. Now that's what I was worried about, that these would decide to fall out because they are not the best fit. Okay, so let's try again. This is the tedious part of this entire build, really. Right, so I'm going to try another trick. Okay, so we're going to put this on. So to bring our panel, being very careful of this panel here, and we're going to put this on. So just lining it all up. There we go. So that's on. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and slip these wires in. So and hopefully they will go in. Well, I thought some of the windows had come loose then, but we're looking okay. Okay, so we'll try and get this other wire in, and then that other side's come out, but it's not a problem. We can fix that. Okay, so that side's the LEDs are in. So we'll just go with this side again. Okay, so they're in, and we screw that in with 3BM screws. That's one. So you can see sort of the process, but it's just not easy with these LEDs. Now we have got an LED in here that we have not used. That is correct according to the magazine, so that's not a problem. Okay, and that's what our next deck panel is looking like. Right, so now we've done that, this spare LED, it's saying it wants it to go into here, just like so. And then we need to get this panel next. This is metal, so I'm just going to put it on the Partwork Upgrades mini cushion. Then we need this piece here. We need to stick this down, so we need to take the backing of this tape off. This is the transporter emitter. Okay, so that's in place. Right, so we need to put some more escape pods on this. So they're going to be facing the red bit down to that section there. So we'll put them in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more when it comes out, which is 5. Okay, so that's all of them in place. Now with this panel here, what we're going to be doing, we're actually going to be fitting this onto here. So this is going to clip in basically like so, and then we need to screw that down with 2 DM screws. I've got to admit, this is relaxing. I'm fairly enjoying this. So just a bit of oil because we are going into metal. So that's 1 in. And this will lock that top LED in as well while we're there. Okay, and that's what that panel should look like. Fantastic. Next we get to test these panels actually. So we can hook these up to our test board. So let me just bring that across because it's in my parts box. Here that is. Right, so let's have a look at this. So let's see where we need to plug this in. Okay, so from this panel here, we're just plugging it into this bottom terminal D. Well, that's right, so it's around this way. Okay, and as you can see, that's all lit up. Then we've got 2 of these, and this one, right, I don't think it matters which one it goes into, but we've got that one lights up, and then the final one, I think it's going into A. Making sure you get this the right way around. Okay, and if I just bring that forward, there you can see them LEDs lit up as well. So that's both panels working. All the LEDs are working, and I'm really happy with that. I'm not seeing any light bleed at the moment, to be honest with you, so I think that's a win-win. So that is stage 4 complete. Well guys, that's it for stage 4 of Build the Enterprise D. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, them lights, them window panels, they are very difficult to put in. I started recording this an hour ago, And yeah, it's taken me that long to put them all in and get everything lined up, but it's just the way this model is. I know what we've got to expect with it, because I'm not doing this as if it came out in the right at the start. I'm doing this quite a few years later, but it really is an interesting build, and I'm glad I chose it to do it again. And yeah, it's another one that we can definitely we're going to finish on the channel, which is amazing. So all thumbs up all the time. Anyway guys, if you like this video, please could you give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.